Yo, shout out to Sir Bravian for such a magnificent song. So, kick it off, bruv. The whole slate is coming. Let's get it.
Divers 2 hit like a thunder roll, shook the PlayStation faithful right down to their soul. They thought exclusives were a fortress wall, but now those walls, they start to fall. Final Fantasy Remake, Death Stranding.
Come on in.
Showing
Let's talk
up
about
on Xbox, what you gonna do? Fanboys crying, petitions in hand, but real gamers just understand. Whole slate's coming, hear the thunder roll. Whole slate's coming, crashing through your soul. Whole slate's coming, no escaping fate. Whole slate's coming, through the Game Pass gate. Fanboys crying, shouting in vain. You lost your grip and
Don't like
losing
those
your
guys.
game. Could have spoke with your wallet, but you stood still. Now Xbox to experience the whole damn thrill. Whole slate's coming, Joel and Ellie too. Whole slate's coming, Intergalactic coming through. Whole slate's coming, watch Killzone ignite. Whole slate's coming, I feel like resistance tonight.
Where is factions? Where
Where
is
is it?
factions? Where is factions?
She gone, man.
Last of Us taking a brand new ride. A shadow of the Colossus standing by Xbox's side. Uncharted treasures ready to show. Sackboy packing up and he's ready to go. Bloodborne shadows creeping slow. Ratchet and Clank putting on a show. Could've stopped this if you bought the game,
Hit the like button, guys.
but you just whined,
Subscribe
and now
and
it's all
subscribe.
the same. Whole slate's coming, hear the thunder roll. Whole slate's coming, crashing through your soul. Whole slate's coming, no escaping fate. Whole slate's coming, through the Game Pass gate. Whole slate's coming.
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everyone in the chat. How are you guys going? How are you guys feeling? It's me, Jay, your host, also known as Jay. And today we are going to talk about it because this week had a lot of gaming news all over the internet. So much of gaming news this week. I mean, I don't even know if I could cover it all tonight. And right now, as you guys can see, I'm running a bit late. But we're still gonna get it. We're still gonna do it. Let me just shout out some of the guys in the chat. Let me say shout out to Yataza. Yataza is saying, blessed up my brother Jay. Shout out to you, Yataza. And here we have Island Girl Gaming. That's my girl there. Island Girl Gaming. She's saying good night, good night. We have Rain. What up, Rain? King Missa. What up, King Missa? We have Other Zinc. Where is Factions? Yes. We have, is it Joshua Star? What up? Subravian song. Yeah, shout out to Subravian, man. Subravian, wherever you are, can't wait to see you start back to make content, man. I know you, sometime life happens, but we're here waiting for the content, man. And who again? Professor Strong, shout out to you. Guy of King. What's good, Jay? Hello, everyone. Guys, as you guys come in, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. So today we have a lot of news, guys. How do you guys want us to start? Let's start off a bit. Let's start off a bit slow and then we'll work our way up. So this week we would have heard news that Sony, the company that cannot do anything, can't do anything wrong, we are seeing that they had a bit of a problem when it comes to their television business. Yeah, and now we are seeing that Sony it appears that they are going to, basically give the majority share to TLC. Now, TLC is not as a big brand as Sony. However, they have been growing in the ranks. But here what it says, Sony transfers its TV business to TLC. And the question I have is why? Why? I mean, as far as I was told, Sony is doing good in every aspect of their business. Why are they transferring their business to a majority stake to TLC? Someone needs to tell me why that is happening. And purely Japanese TVs disappear from global markets. Yes, Sony divestment of its television business follows a series of setbacks for major Japanese companies in this market, despite their former leading position. So apparently, companies like Sony, who is in the TV business, they are not seeing a good time when it comes to selling TVs. It's getting difficult to sell TVs according to what they're supposed to say, right? It says accordingly, 51% of Sony's home entertainment business will be sold off to TLC. The two company plans to form a joint venture starting from April 2027 to manufacture televisions under the Sony and Bravia brands, but using TCL's display technology. Japanese companies have gradually lost market share in televisions to Chinese and South Korean competitors. Many companies such as Toshiba, Hitachi, Mitsubishi Electric, and Pioneer have withdrawn entirely from the sector, while others like Panasonic and Sharp have reduced the priority of televisions in their growth. So, I mean, yeah, Sony is not seeing money. I mean, I would have heard many analysts say that if it was not for the PlayStation business, most of Sony's sectors would not be making money. The money is coming from the PlayStation business and the ponies. Yes, ponies are keeping Sony afloat. You see, these ponies are diseased and they are filled. They are filled with a lot of money, so they have to pay. These ponies have to pay for it.
You're making us pay for water, you son of a...
Yes, but just now we're not going to start it as yet. We are not going to start it a whole lot, ponies. We are making you pay for a lot more. You would see what we are talking about. So what are your thoughts about this Sony Bravia business? I would not have believed Sony would have bowed out of the TV business so quickly. I mean, that is a shame. A shame, man. Did anybody come new? Hey, I'm seeing, let me see if I see anybody new in the chat. I am seeing the ice pick. Ice pick. Be careful with that ice pick, man. Be careful. Byron Moores. Hey, what up, Byron? 1983. Good year. Who else came into the chat? Right, I think I showed it. Hey, 127 Yankees. Is that your points, man? 127 Yankees. Shout out to you. Right? Guys, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Throw something in the chat and support your boy. Now, right after from the business with television, we had something else happening when it comes to um, the gaming industry. And what happened this week is that we heard some news from Ubisoft. Now, Ubisoft, I don't know what's going on there, man. Ubisoft, I don't know what is going on, Ubisoft. Hey, this generation, guys, has been such a weird generation. It's not even funny. Let me say shout out to Yataza for being a member for 14 months. Hey, 14 months a member, Yataza. Thank you, my brother, for the support. Sony is copying Xbox, not making its own hardware. When you saw this news, Yataza, you think you need to share that with me, man. I think you have a wrench. You could throw it in the chat. Throw the article in the chat. I need to see that article, right? So yeah. So let's talk about Ubisoft. You see, Ubisoft had some big news this week. I noticed what it says here. Let's look at this article here from Ubisoft. Where is it? Uh, yes, this is it here. Here what it says, guys. It says Ubisoft reboots business with creative house plan, reveals future of its biggest franchise. Ubisoft reveals major new organizational changes with 5 new creative houses, with each group handling core franchises and games across the portfolio, right? So Ubisoft has made big changes to its studios and how it operates. The company today announced that new creative houses a management structure that sees Ubisoft core development teams and franchises split into different houses. So, as you all know, this week Ubisoft cancelled a number of games, Prince of Persia being one of them. Ubisoft also closed, I believe, some studios as well. So they basically restructured their business, and now they have created, new houses that manage different studios. Now I know Assassin's Creed did well for Ubisoft, the last Assassin's Creed, the Assassin's Creed that went to Japan. But I didn't know that it was this bad in Ubisoft. I know that they were bailed out many times by Tencent, and I know that for the past few years, most of their franchises was not hitting. But it just goes to show that sometimes these big AAA games, if it don't make in this time, it could spell the death for a company, right? It could spell the death for a company. Shout out to the one and only Shrek. Shrek, shout out to you, man. Love big money. What? Love big money. Money love? There's no that, man. Shout out to you. Love big money. So here what it says. Now Ubisoft has Ubisoft has detailed how this structure will work. There are 5 creative houses total, with each group having a specific focus: shooting, live service, games, fantasy, and creating new games in various series. For example, Creative House 1 is Vantage Studios, which handles Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six. This is the Tencent-backed subsidiary in exchange for a 1.2 billion investment into Ubisoft. Tencent acquired 25% stake of Vantage Studios, effectively meaning Tencent have received a quarter of the profits earned from Ubisoft top franchises. Wow. So I mean, Ubisoft need to be very, very careful. They could eventually be taken over by Tencent if they do not start to make some changes and some smart investments into their own franchises. I mean, because they can't keep, especially in this time, guys. This time, these companies are bleeding if they don't make. Shout out to my guy there, Brisket Clown. Brisket Clown, shout out to you. What up, my brother? Anonymous Gaming, shout out to you, Anonymous. Shout out to all of you guys. Ooh, all right, I said Byron Mose, yes, Guy of King. Shout out to everyone in the chat with the like button. Guys, what could Ubisoft do different? I mean, I think the only game that sells well for Ubisoft right now is Assassin's Creed. I think Far Cry would have fallen short over the past years. And Rainbow Six, there is a niche audience for Rainbow Six, but Rainbow Six is not how it used to be. Rainbow Six back in the day used to be a big shooter, but now it's not, it's not saying much in these shooting streets. So I mean, Ubisoft, they need to be careful because if they are not careful, Tencent just might hang their jack. Yeah, Tencent just might take them over. So Ubisoft, they need to be careful. So let's move on to another topic. You see, this week we had a lot of people talking. But before even I talk about that, I want you guys to see this because this one was funny this week. Look at this one, guys. You know, there are some persons who say that PlayStation Plus is better than Game Pass. For anyone who says PlayStation Plus is better than Game Pass,
Y'all smoking crack. Something is wrong with you people.
anyone who says that has to be smoking something. So look at this here, guys. This came up, and to me, this was very funny because what happened is that they're really revealing to us what is coming for Game Pass, and the couple months ahead. And look at this here. Death Stranding is coming to Game Pass, right? Death Stranding. When you boot up Death Stranding, guys, you see a PlayStation logo. It's crazy. And I know the PlayStation guys, they like to move the goalposts. PlayStation isn't bringing games over to Xbox, but a game that was supported by PlayStation. Yes, the owner is Kojima, but look at this. Look at this. Coming soon to Xbox. Death Stranding. Look at what else is this? Roadcraft. Hey, Ninja Gaiden is a big hit. That's a good win for the Game Pass. We have Space Marine 4000, Warhammer 4000, Final Fantasy 2. I mean, look at these bangers coming to Game Pass. I mean, you can't go wrong with Game Pass. Let me say shout out to my main guy, basically the sponsor of the stream, Brisket Clown. Brisket Clown would have said, showing some support to the stream. I love watching these ponies getting disciplined by Nintendo. But you know, Brisket Clown, we have to give it to you because, fun fact, we know that PlayStation right now in Japan is not doing too well. I mean, they reduced the cost of their consoles, but still Nintendo is beating the stuffing out of them. Don't run! Come back here, PlayStation! Don't run! Give it to them! It's in there! Don't run! Come back! Why are you running, PlayStation? Why are you running? Get back here and take it like a man. Shout out to you, Brisket Bob. Hey. So yeah. So again, guys, Game Pass for the upcoming weeks, we are seeing that they have a lot of good games. If it is you didn't get Ninja Gaiden, you have it. If it is you didn't play Death Stranding, I mean it's delivering Amazon packages, you can play it. If it is you wanted to play Warhammer 40,000, it's right there for you. Game Pass is it, especially this year. So let's move on to the next topic. Because, guys, we have a lot to talk about. We're moving on to the next topic. The next topic is what happened this week that had a lot of ponies. These ponies were sick this week, man. look at this here. So before we talk about the direct, let's talk about a big rumor. There's a big rumor, guys, that PlayStation is not going to have a PlayStation 6 in the near future. Some persons are saying 2026. Some persons are saying 2028, 2029. Some is even going as far as saying 2030. I mean, right now, the gaming space is crazy, but some persons are rejoicing. They don't want to see PlayStation. You know why? Because PlayStation did not give their gamers any good games for them to say, okay, this generation was good. You know, we can move on to the next generation. No, there are guys to this date who still don't know what Sony would have given them in this generation. So, I mean, it's a rumor, but let's listen to this guy and let's see what some persons are saying about this rumor here. Let's listen. This here is Tyro.
I know I wanted them to push it back. I do.
Who you want what to push back, Tyrone? Be careful.
I didn't know they was gonna push it back this far. Or that's I guess that's what's being heard.
Right.
So over here on Screen Rant, says here the PlayStation 6 leaked release year tells us when we should start saving.
Wow.
Well, save it now. That way you can put it into
So guys, do you think, I believe the next Xbox would release way before the PlayStation 6, right? Now, that could smell some problems for the PlayStation 5 Pro. If it is Xbox comes out with a new Xbox, it's very powerful, it's very capable, and it's running these games better than the PlayStation 5 Pro, then that might be a problem for Sony. Now, the price of the next Xbox would be something that, you know, we need to look at. But here, let's listen to Tyrone. We know Tyrone is a pony. Let's listen to him.
bank account, savings account, earn some interest on it. That way you'll have enough for that and maybe a few games when it comes out. The PlayStation 6 isn't likely to come cheap, but it doesn't look like you'll have to get your wallet sorted quite yet.
Yeah.
While Sony remains.
If you all think that PlayStation 6 is going to be 500, if you all think that PlayStation 6 is going to be 700, you have another thing coming. Sony is going to make you ponies pay.
Thank you. You're making us pay for water, you son of a... You're making us pay for grapes?
Yes.
Things that God gave us for free?
And you're going to pay a pretty penny for
You
that
will
PlayStation 6.
burn in hell when I'm through with you. You will not be allowed in my father's house.
Father's house. At all.
Thank you. You're...
So yes.
Quiet about plans for the next console generation. The latest information suggests that the console won't arrive for a few more years. I say yay because the PS5 still feels new.
Of course, the PlayStation 5 still plays new. These ponies are not admitting that Sony did not give them enough games this generation. They didn't get. The Spider-Man 2 was basically Spider-Man 1 reskin. It was basically like a DLC. God of War Ragnarok was similar. What God of War Ragnarok? What did God of War Ragnarok do extremely different from the previous God of War 2018? Nothing. It's basically download or a DLC they would have slapped onto that God of War. There was no noticeable difference when it comes to those games. What did the PlayStation 5 produce this generation that was mind-blowing to you ponies? You ponies love graphics. Now, I'm not even going to mention Death Stranding 2 because, again, we have to talk about that. Death Stranding 2 was arguably the most graphically intensive game on the PlayStation 5, and yet still you guys didn't support that. But we'll talk about it.
It feels like it hasn't even caught its stride yet. It really does feel that way. And every time I watch a YouTuber's video about it, that's what they talk about. They like it doesn't feel like they've even fully optimized games for this system. Doesn't seem like they've really found a way to draw out the full power of it.
Draw the full power?
The PS5
Please.
Pro is getting a new update that's going to apparently enhance it substantially. So, like, yeah, they need to hold on.
So shout out to King David. I know King David prophesied that here what there was not going to be a PlayStation 6. I know he was saying that PlayStation was doomed and saying the reason for there not being a PlayStation 6 based on what he said was a little different from what we hear is happening. But shout out to King David. He said no PlayStation 6. And guess what? It's looking like no PlayStation 6. So yes, let's see. I want to see these ponies' faces when the next Xbox comes out. And it is more powerful than the PlayStation 5 Pro. I want to see that.
Ex-user Detective
More
Seeds,
capable. Let me say more capable.
check them out. Suggests in a new post that a 2029 release window target is showing to be spot on. Following up on the information initially reported in summer 2025, according to Detective Seeds, the original information came directly from an engineer at PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's a quote. Quote came directly from an engineer at PlayStation. That being said,
There's some of the guys behind who is maybe manufacturing the PlayStation consoles will know how far Sony is at when it comes to R&D, and if it is they have not gotten along with R&D, they would know that here what this console is not coming out anytime soon. So what are your guys' thoughts on Sony not releasing the PlayStation 5 in the next, say, 5 years, in the next 4 years? Some persons will say that is good. Mr. Kima, shout out to you. What's that? Raw Limpricode? What? Limposcope? Shout out to you, man. Victor Brandon, what up? George, what up, George? Who again is in the chat there that I missed? Did I miss anyone else? Again, shout out to Brisket Clown for that big donation. Shout out to you, man. Love the support. One of my faithful supporters, man. Shout out to you, Brisket Clown. And of course, my brother Yataza. Everyone in the chat, Professor Strong, the only Chef Shrek, all of you guys in the chat, shout out to you. So again, this is what is happening. What you guys think about PlayStation being delayed? Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Don't forget to support. So right now the likes are like, what? Is the likes at 18? Well, that's on one stream. I don't know what's at the other stream, but hit the like button for me. Let's see if we can get the likes up to at least 40. So this week we had the Xbox Direct, and the Xbox Direct really surprised a lot of persons. Forza was amazing. In addition to Forza being amazing, we also saw a new game from Double Fine. Double Fine game was very interesting, making pottery. I mean, it's not for me. I mean, when I saw that pottery game, I basically say,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm not lying. That is exactly what I said. I said, ain't nobody have time for that pottery game, but I know it will have, persons who into that sort of stuff. So, I mean, this week, when it comes to Microsoft keeping the gamers excited for games that are upcoming, all gamers would say that they enjoyed that showcase. But, I mean, of course, we had the haters. Dreamcast guy had his take on the showcase. And in this showcase, I exposed Dreamcast guy as never playing Fable. But let's listen to The man who loves his Met cold in the morning and he loves it hot in the evening. Dreamcast guy. Yes? Dreamcast guy. I mean, oh gosh, his take is so funny. But let's listen. Let's listen to see what he said here.
Xbox Developer Direct for 2026 because I just watched it and it was bad. It was.
Hey, Dreamcast guy said that the Developer Direct was bad. It was the worst thing since he saw. Hey guys, before I go on, let me just say, guys, I know there is a snowstorm in most of where you guys live. Be careful, stay inside. You know you guys don't need to go outside. Shut those doors, man. There's a snowstorm. Be careful out there.
Is by far the worst Xbox showcase or any sort of.
He said by far it is the worst Xbox showcase. I mean, this guy is smoking crack for real.
Display of future Xbox games they've ever done. This one had 4 separate games, and honestly, the only one that actually.
This Direct dog stumps every PlayStation state of play in the past 5 years. Let's be honest. This one showcase did that. What did Sony show in the past 5 years that topped Forza, that topped Fable? Look how Fable, we'll talk about Fable and that just now. We bringing out Game Freak. First time Game Freak would have broken the chains of Nintendo and produced such a phenomenal game. I mean, come on, man.
Cared about was Fable. They ended with Fable. And Fable, even though that is a completely new studio, the old people that actually invented Fable, Lionhead, they got fired like a decade ago.
Lionhead got fired a decade ago? Come on, Dreamcast guy. I mean, you cap, but you capping this hard?
Fable actually looks pretty dang good. The other stuff they
if anyone says Fable didn't look good, not only that they have cataract, I think that they might need a wormout. To believe I saw some guys saying Fable was not looking good. There were some ponies admitting that, saying that in 4K.
showed, I truly did not care. But let's go through the 4 games, and I want to talk about why something about a lot of Xbox shows now, there's always this air of pessimism, right? I mean, they do so many layoffs. They close so many studios. At this point, they're completely third party. So yes, every game today is also coming to PlayStation, to PC. Some of them are probably coming to Nintendo Switch too. I feel like ever since the closure of stuff like Project like Everwild or Perfect Dark, even when you see a good game, it always feels like, okay, is this actually going to release? They're cleaning these.
So he's saying that he's wondering if these games are actually going to be released. Dreamcast guy, I have something for you, though. I have something for you, Dreamcast guy. This is what I want you to hold on to this.
Oh, no! One and done. He ain't getting up.
Get up, Dreamcast guy. Take the next one because I mean, you come so much.
Oh, no! One and done.
Get up,
He ain't getting up.
Games are coming out in 2026. We'll see how many of them really actually come out. I hope you're having a great day. If you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So we're going to go in reverse order. This thing started off incredibly boring, personally, but we're going to start with the good game, which is Fable, and go back.
You can believe Dreamcast guy gave the state of play that revealed baby steps a 10 out of 10? Well, I don't think he gave it a 10 out of 10. I think he raised it very high. Sony started with baby steps, and he gave that, I believe that showcase an 8 or a 9. But he's saying this is the worst one?
Backwards from there. So let me just start with the fact that, honestly, Fable looks very, very different from the old school games. Mostly because now it's completely open world. If you've played the old Fable games recently, even the remake of Fable 1, the Fable Anniversary Edition, I love those games a lot. I grew up very much loving Fable, but they're very contained. The maps, the structure, they're very, very rigid. They're very fun. I'm not going to pretend
like
that
most games back then were linear, right? They didn't have the technology to make a true open world game back when Fable 1 came out, Fable 2 came out, right? It was linear. Everyone knows that.
Were not incredibly fun building up combos and being the hero of Albion and stuff, but they were very, very, very tightly constructed. Having it shift to being open world feels like such a huge, huge departure. But that
What? Because they made the game open world, it's a huge, huge departure. I guarantee you, if it is this game was linear, he would have complained. He would have complained that it was linear.
was the thing that kind of scared me the most. I like the fact that the director of the game actually started with saying, look, we're not the inventors of Fable, but we are fans of it, and we've spent years trying to make this as good as possible. They seem very sincere. The only part of this that still doesn't quite work for me, something about the characters themselves look really weird. Everybody kind of looks like, weird? I don't know, weird claymation or cartoon.
This game looks, this is what I'm saying. If anyone says that the game looks bad, they have to be crazy. And think about it, Fable 1 wasn't a hyper-realistic game. Fable 2 wasn't a hyper-realistic game, or Fable 3. They all had a unique style when it came out. I played all three Fables, and they never looked hyper-realistic. Like a Metal Gear game or so forth. Come on, Dreamcast guy. You never played this game.
The worlds look good. The monsters look good. The combat looks good. The magic looks good. But man, I am still not really sold about why everybody looks and sounds like that. The other part that's a bit weird about this is that in Fable 3, there was this thing called like build the king.
So this is where we caught him, guys. This statement that Dreamcast guy is about to say here is how everyone knew he was capping. How everyone knew that he's a grifter. Listen to what he's saying here. This is the point.
Where basically you become king, and then after you become king, you get a chance to like establish chunks of the kingdom. Where do I want to spend the money? Where do I want to tax people and stuff? It seems like they're trying to blow up that. You can now buy any house, evict people.
You can now buy a house in Fable. So only in this Fable you can buy a house. You can evict people. Go ahead.
Buy businesses, set up franchises.
Yeah.
And I guess that's an interesting idea.
What?
But why put that into Fable, right?
Wait. This is how we know he didn't play the game. Dreamcast guy is saying that here what? It's weird how they are allowing Fable to buy a house, buy businesses, rent. I mean, this guy surely did not play. I can't believe you came. This is a sickness.
This is a sickness. It is deviant, therefore we don't want it.
How is this guy still allowed to grift like this? I mean, no wonder why you clean sweep the award show. The biggest pony, the best grifter of the year. I mean, you have no limits, Dreamcast guy. Jeez.
I mean, when I think about Fable, I think about being the hero of Albion. I think about that quirky British humor. I think about the cool exploration. I think about the fact that there's this world and this tight story I'm going through. Making it have this gray morality system and so much stuff about like
Dreamcast
how...
guy, shut up. Dreamcast guy, shut up. It always have morality in Fable. Hold on to this.
Oh, no! One and done. He ain't getting up.
You deserve it. You deserve it. You come on this internet, you grift. I mean, everyone was watching Dreamcast guy when he said that. We see who you are, Dreamcast guy. We see you didn't play this game. We see that you're pandering to your crowd. We see it.
You're affecting the individual homes of it. I don't know. I feel like I'm completely open-minded to what...
Let me say shout out to XP Mini. Shout out to XP Mini. Shout out to, again to Raw. EA, Ease Up. Ease Up. Shout out to you. Zero Law Music. Shout out to Zero Law Music. The Mechanic. What up, Mechanic? Who else did I miss, boy? Who else did I miss? Shout out to everyone in the chat as you guys comment. George, shout out to you guys. Hit the like button for me there. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And you can support your boy through something in the chat. Don't forget, you all can become a member. When you become a member, you get my videos first. And basically, maybe about 10 to 12 hours before everyone else gets it. Yeah?
Fable comes out to be. It's coming autumn 2026. I'm definitely buying it. I'm probably going to buy it on PS5 or PC, but maybe.
No, you're going to play it on Game Pass. Dreamcast guy, why you lie so much? You ain't going to get this for no PlayStation 5 or PC. You have Game Pass and you're going to play it on Game Pass. You're cheap. You are the same one who made your girlfriend buy your PlayStation 5, your old, dusty, crack-infested PlayStation 5. Yeah? Your girlfriend bought your PlayStation 5. We know the type of man you are. We see you. You can't hide from us. We see who you are. You sold your girlfriend a dusty PlayStation 5. And after saying that you loved her, Dreamcast guy.
Per chance I'll get it on Xbox, but let's talk about the next.
We're going to play it on Game Pass.
Yeah, we are going in reverse order. So they showed a surprise game today. They always show a surprise game. There's always like 3 games officially revealed, and then a 4th like, hey, check it out. This looks terrible. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is a Pottery Party Brawler by Double Fine.
And this is why I don't like some of these ponies. I don't like these type of gamers. I admittedly said that this pottery game is not for me. But every game I expect cannot be for me. Every game you cannot assume to like. You see, by making one style of game, the over the shoulder, always have a bow, always have a sword, I mean, there is no variety. There are gamers of all types all over the world, and there are some persons who would like a game like that. It's not for me per se, but you can say that. You don't have to say that the game looks horrible. Who would have thought that a game like Fortnite would have been #1 in the world? Who would have thought that 10, 15 years ago? It's not graphical. It don't take itself serious, but yet it's the #1 game in the world, right? Who would have thought that Minecraft, a game like Minecraft, look how Minecraft is looking. Minecraft don't look like a God of War. They don't look like a Gears of War. Minecraft looks weird, but yet Minecraft outsold most games on the entire PlayStation platform. So by he's saying that here, this game looks awful. I mean, it's not for you. It's not for you. You don't have to knock it like that.
Obviously, Double Fine, legendary.
Yeah, Roblox. Who would have believed Roblox? Roblox looks like trash, and yet it's a big game out there. So, I mean, this game would have its audience.
Really humorous studio. They made all sorts of stuff like Grim Fandango and Brutal Legend, and now recently Keeper. I do not care about this. Everybody that plays this game, like the 12 people that play this game, are just going to make big pottery dicks. You can make whatever kind of pot you want. It's just...
You see where his mind goes? Automatically, his mind goes on profanity. Right? I'm sure you're going to download this on Game Pass and make a giant rock, a white rock. Right? And you're going to dream about it, Dreamcast guy. You're going to dream about it.
Going to be big, throbbing, veiny party people, right? I don't care about this at all. This was the surprise game. At least I kind of figured there'd be a shadow drop. I'll admit the fact that I'm disappointed because everybody knew there was going to be a secret game. I was hoping we were going to get...
Why are you disappointed? I thought Xbox is dead. Why are you disappointed that Xbox didn't show some kind of secret? You would have made a million videos that Xbox was dead. So why are you disappointed? You're disappointed that a dead platform didn't give you games, Dreamcast guy?
More details about Gears of War, I don't know, E-Day. I was hoping we'd get more stuff about that.
No! You said Xbox is dead. Why do you want details on E-Day?
New Halo project. Something where they said, hey, everything is 2026 except for this one game. Here our 2027 project. The fact that the one more thing was actually pottery, that it's a kiln-based party brawler. No, absolutely not. No. Okay. Next up, let's talk about Forza Horizon 6. Now, I'm in a weird spot where I really did not like Forza Horizon 5. And I know I'm the only person.
Just guys, I made a great error. Max City Entertainment, Max City, apologies, I did not see your 5 gifted. Shout out to Max City. Max City gifted someone 5 gifted members. I was looking at a different chat there, Max City. Shout out to Max City. Thanks for dropping that 5 gifted into the chat. Shout out to you, my brother. Let me put it up here.
In the world that thinks that something about driving around so many empty areas of Mexico. Forza Horizon 5 was huge.
I mean, he's capping here. Dreamcast guys capping. Forza Horizon is one of the best car racing games this generation and previous generation. I mean, although Gran Turismo has its fan base because it has been out longer than Forza, you have to admit what Forza have done has revamped this particular genre of games. It's like car racing RPG style, right? You gain levels, you unlock new stuff. I mean, it's crazy. So he's saying that he didn't like Forza Horizon 5. He's just being a hater.
It won a ton of awards. They ported it to PlayStation 5, and now it's like one of the top-selling Xbox games on PS5 by a huge margin. I know that I'm just the one person in the world that just really didn't vibe with it. I used to be much more into racing games, and I still like racing games on occasion. I definitely have my 85 hours of Gran Turismo 5 and stuff, but I don't know. Something about open world racing for me doesn't really work. But I gotta admit, I love Japan. I think Japan just is absolutely gorgeous. So taking that open worldness of drive to a destination, make a race, see other players, do special events, that to me sounds good. But I have to say that the thing that kind of struck me the most during this was they talked about better balancing it than Forza Horizon 5. A lot of the early cars, this will have 550 cars at launch.
It's very interesting because there's only so much you can do with a car racing every version, right? I mean, they would have already excelled with the graphics, how the game looked, and Forza Horizon 5 was already graphically impressive. But I would say that, bringing the game to Japan, bringing a new location, that brings a little variety. You would have new course, new tracks, and basically the dev would have said you would be working your way up to the Forza Festival. That's a good little mechanic. So, I mean, there's only so much you can do with a new iteration of a car racing game other than improve the graphics.
And they straight up said they're trying to do better about balancing stuff out, because early cars in Forza Horizon 5 were way too slow, and the late cars were practically rocket ships, right? They're trying to make it more like a homogeneity, where now when you're playing stuff, it actually feels good to play everything instead of just the supercars, right? But I still gotta say, I think driving around the cities is cool and stuff. I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm not in the mood for another Forza game. It's coming out.
Yes, because at the end of the day, you lose every race. You drive because you're high, and you can't win a race. That's why you're fed up. So, I mean, these ponies this week had a lot to say about the Xbox showcase. But let me talk to my Xbox team here. Let me talk to my Xbox team. Going forward, we would have seen where Microsoft would have shown their hand. Microsoft is letting everyone know that, hear what? The majority of their games are going multi-plat, right? The majority of Xbox games are going to other platforms. And it's really simple why it's going to other platforms. Phil Spencer said, if it is he just made great games, persons will not leave PlayStation or sell their PlayStation and come over to Xbox. And for the most part, that statement was true. You know how we know that statement was true? We know that what Phil Spencer said there was true because of this. Look at this. Look at this here, guys. We are seeing 5.1 million people bought Forza. They did not buy an Xbox to play this game. They waited for this to come to PlayStation to buy. 5 million people bought this game, a 4-year-old game. So it's true. Persons are not going to sell their platform to leave their library to come over to Xbox. So Microsoft is reaching them where they are. Now, for old heads like myself, this is blasphemy. How could your exclusive games go to other platforms? But I mean, the old head in me is saying that because that is how I was brought into gaming, being, console exclusive, being supporting a console only, and not understanding the business part of it. And for the most part, the business part of it don't bother me. The point is that these games that Microsoft are producing is coming on Game Pass. We could choose to use it on Game Pass, and also we have to understand that there's one group of persons who don't have the option of buying this, of having the experience of Game Pass, and that is the ponies. The ponies don't have the experience. They don't have. The only choice they have is to buy it. So when it comes to these games, guys, we have to remember that Microsoft is not going to go back to the old model because it is selling. And when it comes to making money, that is what these companies do. They're in this business because they want to make money. What we get from it is that these games will be on Game Pass. These games would be day one. And guess what? Persons who support Xbox, no doubt, would be getting these games day one. So you see, like PlayStation guys have to wait for Forza. You will be getting it day one on Game Pass. You see the exchange? So I mean, a lot of these ponies were using that against Xbox gamers this year. But you also have to remember this. Don't feel it's Xbox alone that would be going multi-platform, because you guys have to remember this as well. I want you guys to remember this because you guys keep forgetting this as well. Right? Look at this. You remember when this happened, guys? Sony wants to expand PlayStation Studio games beyond PlayStation hardware, hiring up to partner with Xbox, Steam, Nintendo Switch, and more. So while these ponies don't want to admit it, a lot of these companies, do you feel Sony is going to ignore the success of Helldivers 2? You think Sony is going to ignore that? You think that all these companies that are seeing great success on Xbox, Sony is going to ignore it? These ponies don't know what they are talking about, that Xbox is dead. At the end of the day, we would have seen that a lot of these companies make bank from Xbox gamers. Did you know what was the split with one of the biggest games last year when it comes to persons who played it? Let me show you guys that. When it comes to persons who played this game, the persons who played, let me show it to you here. There was a split. Oh, I didn't bring it up. But you saw a split where it is the majority of persons playing the game of the year last year was on Xbox. Yeah? Expedition 33. Expedition 33 was mostly played by Xbox players. They had a breakdown not too long ago. So when ponies are saying that here what it is only Xbox going third party, they don't want to admit that that is not the facts. We are seeing where it is Sony's putting games on Nintendo, also on Xbox. That is something that they didn't do before, right? Look at this hate again here from Xbox, from PlayStation gamers. Look at this guy here, Jabari.
Following games on my Xbox. These games ain't coming.
So this is what I'm talking about. Xbox Series had a very good take. Listen to what he said here.
I pre-install the following games on my Xbox. These games ain't coming out till summer. Yeah, you got May, summer, and autumn. So you got some months before these games come out, right? So he's saying Fable, Forza Horizon, Beasts of Reincarnation. Which, hey, if that's how you want to consume your gaming, cool. Yo, Sly, what's good, man? That's cool.
Shout out.
Then he in the PlayStation side, $70 times 3, 220.
Shout out to
I don't
Random
understand what's the
Commenter.
issue with somebody going out and
Victor
buying a
Brandon,
game
shout
rather
out
than
to
renting
you. Martin Harvey,
it. Like that's
shout
not,
out to you.
in my opinion, that's not a flex.
Hit the like button, guys.
You know, if this is my opinion, you know what I'm saying? If you are solely playing games through Game Pass, in my opinion, like I look at that like you probably don't. You know what? I'm gonna shut up.
He can't talk. He can't talk because he made a good point. He made a good Xbox Series XS made a good point. All of these games, we have the options to buy it and also to download it on Game Pass, right? Or play it on Game Pass. The only option that ponies have is to spend $210 if they want to play the same games that we would have played on Game Pass. Follow? And he caught himself later.
I'm gonna save it because I at the end of the day, I do see this value in stuff like Game Pass. I do see this value in stuff like service, the subscription stuff, but I see that more like that's not like enthusiast level type gamer. That's more somebody like, oh, just pick and choose here and there. You know what I mean? Whatever looks cool, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's not somebody that's like in love with gaming. That's just my opinion.
Exactly.
I could be wrong in that, but
exactly, George.
That's just my opinion. Like me personally, as a gaming enthusiast, I'd rather buy the game.
We could buy two.
Than rent out a game for months upon month. PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus, really, I'm on PlayStation Plus because of multiplayer, not because of the game log. Yeah, I give my opinions on an offering, but if there's a game that I played on PlayStation Plus and I like it, I buy it. Stray, I bought it.
I mean, you don't have a choice, Jabari. There is no other choice than to buy it on PlayStation. Yeah? There's no other choice. So, guys, this week was a good week. There's a number of games coming to Game Pass in the near future. Death Stranding being one of them. We saw also that the Xbox game show was phenomenal. I mean, Fable looks insane, right? Fable looks insane. I like the way that it's looking. And even some of the things they said, 1,000 NPCs. 1,000 NPCs in Fable, and you can interact with every single NPC. Let's see if we could watch the trailer here before we leave and close the close off for the evening. Because I mean, to have 1,000 NPCs on the screen, I mean, it's insane. It is insane. Look at this here. Let's look at this preview here, guys. Let's look at this preview here. Because Fable was insane this week. Look at this here.
Let me start by saying that I am borderline blown away by what I've seen from the Fable reboot so far. New Fable developer Playground Games already had my trust This is a studio that has produced nothing but one open world masterpiece after another, but after learning a lot more about what the team has in store for its resurrection of one of Xbox's biggest franchises, I'm even more bullish about where they're going with it. Playground has turned the Forza Tech engine into a medieval British postcard. Combat is multi-layered. 1,000 NPC townsfolk are waiting to be romanced, co-parented with, divorced from, and landlorded over, and there are chickens abound just waiting to be kicked.
Yeah. Fable preview. You guys saw this one
alongside Fable's big coming out party at the recent Xbox Developer Direct. I also spoke with game director Ralph Fulton about the choices the studio has made with this revival, so there's lots to discuss. But first, if you'll permit me, a quick Fable.
What we could say is that the game looks good, but the frame rate needs some work, right? Obviously, they will fix the frame rate, but Playground, if you are listening, fix that frame rate, man.
History lesson. Right out of the gate in the early 2000s, Fable was always fantastic, even if its early days on the original Xbox got a little extra scrutiny because its director at the time, legendary strategy game developer Peter Molyneux, made crazy promises about players planting acorns that would grow into full-size trees over the course of the campaign. But while that lofty systemic boast never came to be, the game that Lionhead delivered was nevertheless a rich, textured, uniquely British fairy tale that players could meaningfully affect change in. Whether their good deeds manifested a literal halo over their heads, their sheer evil caused actual horns to sprout from their skull, or they got married to a townsperson and lived a whole other life outside of the bigger picture quest within the world of Albion. Lionhead arguably perfected the formula in the Xbox 360 sequel, adding a dog who'd be by your side throughout the story, and Fable 3 tweaked it further still while making the questionable in hindsight decision to move the timeline forward by 500 years, thereby changing the entire look and feel of Albion. And then Microsoft, well, they royally screwed the franchise up by trying to turn it into a 4v1 multiplayer game that cost the studio its entire existence. That's a story for another day. And further than a chicken spell wearing off, reverting the target back to their original form, but still flapping their arms and clucking. Or the chicken armor. You even start the game as a child just like you did in the originals. But where Playground is winning serious points with Fable fans like me so far is in its commitment to the game within the game. The town management aspect.
Guys, even this preview is looking phenomenal. So, all in all, this was a good week. It had a lot of news this week. Let's see what we could look forward to for next week. Guys, as I said before, be careful. I know there are a snowstorm right now in the States. So, be careful as you guys go out. And most importantly, as you guys continue the week, we know that the working week is starting tomorrow. You guys be safe going to work or working from home or what have you. Right? So, guys, I think that's the hour there. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let me just say shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to George, Josh, Mitulayan, random commenter. Shout out to the mechanic. Who again I missed? Victor. Shout out to Professor Strong, the only professor we need in these streets, man. Professor Strong. Shout out to Martin Harvey. Martin, shout out to you. Ease up. Ease up the thing now. Ease up the thing. Ease up. Ease up. Hey, Max City, I got your gifted late, but shout out to you for supporting Max City Entertainment. Everyone, of course, the stream sponsor of the night, which is Brisket Clown. Brisket Clown, big time supporter. Shout out to you. Thanks for supporting and keeping the lights out here. Yataza, thank you for the support. Guys, thanks for everything. Great show. You guys be safe out there. Breaking news. What's the breaking news there? What's the breaking news? Guy of King, what is the breaking news? Let's see the breaking news. I'll wait for this breaking news before I close the show. Guest show. What do you mean guest show brisket clung? You wanna come on? You can come on, man. No problem. Oh, great show. Oh, great show, right away. Yeah. What's the breaking news, Guy of King? I'm waiting. All right. It's not looking like there was breaking news. So again, guys, thanks again. Take it easy, guys. Don't forget, put God first and mankind after. I know there's a lot of guys who don't believe there is a God, but there is. Be careful. Be careful out there. I'm out of there.